Cable Bahamas has been and continues to be a positive shot in the arm for our summer camps. We look forward to it. Without Cable Bahamas, I don't know if we will succeed, because we look forward to the funding and we are very appreciative, particularly the Cable Cares program. We are very appreciative to what they do.
We thank the Cable Cares Foundation, which would have given into this program, and it's going to pay dividends in the long run because each one of these children are affected.
Well, Cable Bahamas Foundation has helped us in a huge way. We are out there looking for all kinds of help, and I am so happy that the Cable Foundation didn't decline us based on the economy and what is going on today.
So they've been with us for a long time, and we look for them to be with us for many years to come.
The AG calls the FNM unpatriotic. Prominent attorney Wayne Monroe joins the PLP. The tourism minister says a disparaging video of Nassau should serve as a wake-up call. Plus, government to spend hundreds of thousands to repair these gaping potholes. We've got those stories and a whole lot more tonight. I'm Vonnie Toot, and NB12 starts now. Topping news tonight, Attorney General Allison Maynard Gibson says anyone who thinks government has not been working in the best interest of Bahamians when it comes to Baha Mar needs to put their glasses on. She fired back at members of the FNM who have criticized government's handling of the Baha Mar crisis. Gibson also explained that the future payment of Bahamian employees at Baha Mar now lies with provisional liquidators. Kyle Joaquin reports.
Now that provisional liquidators have been appointed at Baha Mar, there are a lot of questions as to whether or not Bahamian employees would be paid this month. Well, today we caught up with the Attorney General outside of Cabinet today, and we got some answers.
As a provisional liquidator, it is responsibility to take control of all of the assets to prevent the dissipation. We expect that the provisional liquidator, if it hasn't done so already, will imminently ask the government to transfer the balance of that money. It's an asset of Baha Mar. The government wrote its money. And of course, when the request is made, the money will be transferred. And we also expect that the provisional liquidator will pay the employees continue to pay the employees from those funds. We can't give a guarantee because now it's the decision of the provisional liquidator and not of the government.
Since the resort filed for bankruptcy back in June, government has been using the money it owes for roadworks to pay Bahamian employees. But now that 3 provisional liquidators from Chris Global and Alex Partner Services have been appointed, the AG says they are independent and have the opportunity to consider the circumstances and make a decision on payment of the Bahamian employees. Now, when it comes to the FNM and their comments surrounding Baha Mar, the AG says it shows there is a lack of patriotism within their camp. Long Island MP Loretta Butler Turner said the PLP has made a mess of Baha Mar. Meanwhile, former Attorney General Carl Bethel bashed the government's efforts to have provisional liquidators appointed. Their comments have apparently left the AG concerned about their lack of patriotism and the professionalism of Bethel in particular.
First of all, I was really shocked to hear the former Attorney General, Senator Carl Bethel, make such serious allegations about our Bahamas Supreme Court. Putting a gun to an investor's head, the court makes orders. You can speak about your disagreement with the order of the court, and that's what the appeal courts are for. I believe it is very unseemly, it is egregious, it is very serious for someone, especially someone who held the office of the Attorney General, to be saying those kinds of things.
The FNM and a few others, she says, are deliberately trying to mischaracterize what the government is doing.
Let me tell you, to file a plan of reorganization that does not contemplate contractors who are owed altogether, I am told, in the disclosures in Delaware, over $100 million, and you want to pay them 10 cents on the dollar, and we're trying to get them 100 cents on the dollar, and you're saying that the government bungled? You gotta be joking.
Then there's the proposition made by the developer to pay the contractors over a 5-year period in the reorganization plan filed last week. According to the AG, the best opportunity for those contractors is not in the Delaware bankruptcy matter.
The restructuring or the reorganization plan that the developer has filed in Delaware does not contemplate the payment of 100 cents on the dollar. It contemplates 10 cents or so on the dollar and over 5 years. Okay? So again, for Bahamian contractors, the best opportunity to get 100 cents, no guarantee, but the best opportunity for that is here in the Bahamas, not in Delaware.
She says remobilization is their best option and means they would be paid. Now, as for a resolution to the ordeal, the AG says an offer has been and is still on the table. It's just up to the developer. Reporting for NB12, I'm Kyle Joaquin.
More than 3 years after he ran as a candidate for the Democratic National Alliance in the 2012 general election, prominent attorney Wayne Monroe has reportedly joined the Progressive Liberal Party. Monroe, who represented web shop bosses in a legal battle with government following the failed gambling referendum, joined the governing party on September 7th. PLP Chairman Bradley Roberts made the announcement this afternoon in a statement. Roberts said the PLP is an organization that prides itself on having a big tent and welcomes its member, attorney Wayne Monroe. Roberts said Monroe, who was recently named a Queen's Counsel, is no stranger to the local political scene, and the party fully appreciates his political ambitions. He added, "We believe Mr. Monroe's keen intellect, love of country, and public service will serve both our party and country very well." Golden Gate's MP Shane Gibson says the next general election will be between the FNM and PLP, not the DNA or any other party. He was responding to former PLP MP Greg Moss's revelation that he will form a new political party. Gibson said he's not sure what Moss's plans are, but history shows that the Bahamas is a two-party nation and any third or fourth party doesn't stand a ghost of a chance.
Personally, I don't see it. No, I don't see it. I mean, I don't know whether they have some new formula, but I mean, third parties were here before. They lasted forever, but they could never win the government. Now, something may have changed between the last time and this time. But my personal view is that third political parties don't stand a ghost of a chance in the Bahamas. I mean, they will always get votes, but whether or not they could win a seat, they'll have a seat if they're in Parliament and form a third party. But once the election comes, I don't think you'll see a third party electing an individual representative in Parliament. I don't see it.
Moss quit the PLP after 3 years, asserting he doesn't agree with the fundamental values of any of the three established political parties. Gibson says Moss would have stood a better chance at seeing the change he wants, though.
Time will tell, and you only get another 2 years, so I don't really want to speculate on that. But everybody, it depends on what you're trying to accomplish. And so for me to say he made the wrong move will be incorrect, because it depends on what he's trying to accomplish. Some people just want to be a leader. Some people just want to have a political party. And so some persons just don't want to be a part of an organization where they have to submit to certain things. So I don't know his reason for leaving. And if I had an opportunity to ask him that and he responded to me, then I'll be in a better position to tell you whether he made a mistake.
A magistrate has ruled that former FNM Senator John Boswick, who is on trial for possession of ammunition, has a case to answer. Magistrate Andrew Forbes delivered his ruling on a no-case submission made by defense lawyer Elliot Lockhart, QC, 2 months after the prosecution closed its case against Boswick. Lockhart requested time to consider the ruling. Boswick will let the court know on November 2nd whether he plans to take the stand, call witnesses in his defense, or remain silent. Boswick was arrested on May 17, 2014, after a security screener at the Grand Bahama International Airport noticed a magazine that contained 10.22 bullets in his knapsack. Tourism Minister Obi Wilshcombe says while he was disappointed with the video made by a former Disney employee, which painted a not-so-pretty picture of downtown Nassau, it should serve as a wake-up call. Wilshcombe says videos like that have the potential to do some serious damage.
But we have a responsibility to ensure that our port is always clean and that our environment is of the highest internationally accepted standard. We are welcoming not only guests, but Bahamians live here. And we should ensure that we have a clean port and that at all times that we are making sure that when the guest comes, he will see something that he will treasure and be able to talk about, because the word of mouth is so important.
Since Sunday, the video has gotten nearly 100,000 views. Wilshcombe says Bahamians can learn a lot from that video, though.
It might have been a wake-up call for all of us to appreciate that if we don't take care of business, what will happen to you and how easy things can happen. So I think all of us should look at it, and every Bahamian should know that we're always on the watch. People are always out there talking about us, but again, let's ensure that they're saying good things.